Hi, I'm Benjamin Altschuler, and I'm here in New Haven, Connecticut, as part of the Classics Conclave, American Philological Association, Oral History Project. Today I'm speaking with Ramsay MacMullen, Dunham Professor of History in the Classics Emeritus at Yale University. Professor MacMullen is the greatest historian of the Roman Empire alive today. He has published in a variety of areas, but most importantly, he is the star scholar of the Roman social history and the growth of Christianity in the pagan world. Undeterred by retirement, he continues to publish widely, producing 6 new books since his retirement. Professor MacMullen, for my first question. As more dissertations are written and people study Roman history more and more, do you feel we're getting closer to the understanding of the past, or perhaps people are actually getting farther away from the truth?
Well, in history, as a discipline, I guess everybody is more or less aware through reading the results. A sea change took place in my lifetime, a very long one, with the history from the bottom up school of thought, which was insistent that everyone counts. Our fellow human beings of every period, all together, men and women, belong in the story because the past is their total story. And this was this was particularly important to emphasize, I should think, in those parts of history which are not very well supported by written evidence, and such evidence as survives comes from and was meant for the upper half of 1% of the population, or the upper 5% or something like that. And that's certainly true of classical antiquity. The upper classes wrote by and for themselves.
If you could go back in time and spend a day in ancient history, where would you like to go back to?
Well, I think I would go to a person. I would want to have dinner once a week with Cicero. That would be a stirring time with the very best of company. He was terribly funny. He was a wonderful anecdotalist. And I feel sure, in a private setting, he was quite merciless in talking about other people and reducing everyone to roars of laughter because of the rightness of his humor and his vast experience of the realities of high life.
You've done a fair amount of writing. How have you found the writing process in contrast to teaching or reading?
I like writing as an act of the hand and the mind, both. I particularly like writing Greek because I think the Greek letters are such fun to form and they look so pretty. That doesn't occupy much of my time. I like writing, and in retirement, when I put aside a great deal of big-time administration and teaching, and could instead do nothing but write books, I've scribbled away, not quite like Gibbon, but done plenty of it.
What would you say is one of your favorite Latin words?
Well, our word delirious comes from the Latin word for the heaped up earth at the edge of the furrow. When you plow a furrow, the upcast forms the high point, and that word is lyra. To say that someone has lost his furrow is to say he is delirious. That's a nice word, I think, because it tells you where the Latin language began among a farming people. That's nice, yes.